Do you strive for the heights of heroism?
Find out if the Paladin Oath of Glory still holds up in the D&D 2024 Player's Handbook. I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer.
And I'm Dr. DM, and we are bringing you our continued coverage of the 2024 Player's Handbook. We're on to Paladin now, and the Oath of Glory subclass. We're going to let you know how good it is, review every single level of this subclass, and give you our tier ranking and see if you want to use it. So let's start off with level 3, in which you get Inspiring Smite. Now this is kind of one of your main key abilities for this class. Immediately after you cast Divine Smite, remember you can only cast Divine Smite once per turn.
Sad.
You can expend 1 use of your Channel Divinity, which at this level is 1, and distribute temporary hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of yourself, which can include you, and the total number of temporary hit points equals 2d8 plus your Paladin level, divided amongst these creatures how you choose. It's a nice little boost. I wouldn't say it's huge for a 3rd level ability.
No, but it's okay.
Yeah, and you could go up to, let's say you're level 20, right? Just theoretically speaking, you'd have 20 plus up to 16, so up to 36 hit points. It's a bit of a buffer. Normally, I'd say you probably just want to place this all in one character, or yourself probably, 100%. If you're going to be frontlining, or maybe like one of your squishier characters, because giving somebody 3 and then 2 and then whatever,
it doesn't hold up that way. No.
So it's okay.
At level 3, you're getting your Oath of Glory spells. Remember, these expanded spell lists, you get all of the spells across all classes and subclasses, okay? You're not going to be having to deal with choosing which ones you're allowed to have. Everyone gets everything on their expanded spell list. So at 3rd level, you have Guiding Bolt and Heroism. At 5th level, Enhance Ability and Magic Weapon. At 9th level, Haste! And Protection from Energy. You also have at 13th level Compulsion and Freedom of Movement, and 17th Legend Lore and Yolanda's Regal Presence.
This is pretty cool, and there's some new spells here, Yolanda's Regal Presence, which have some interesting interactions and power. Pretty high level here for Paladin.
Pretty high.
And a wizard and such would get them sooner, but still for Paladin it's a good thing to have. But of course we have the most amazing ability, for marshals, which is haste, and you can self-haste yourself. Still concentration, so it's not like it'll never break, but having haste...
Oh my gosh, it's so strong.
Yeah, unlike Baldur's Gate where you get like a whole another set of extra attacks, here you just of course get the 1 extra attack.
Correct.
So still fantastic for any marshal, and you don't have to rely on your sorcerer or wizard casting on you. You are self-reliant with your glory.
100%.
Okay, moving on then, another level 3 ability. This has been 2, along with the spell casting as well. So Peerless Athlete, and this returns. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 use of your Channel Divinity to augment your athleticism. For 1 hour, you have advantage on strength, athletics, and dexterity acrobatics checks, and the distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. This is not bad. It's a lot of maybe roleplay viability. If you use a lot of grid maps, this could be okay. It's still like, I want to do this big long jump, and so I'm just going to roll, and you're kind of interrupting combat versus saying, like, I jump off this chair and then come down with my Divine Smite.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's okay if you're really intricate and really crunchy on the battlefield.
100%.
What do you think?
It doesn't do a lot for me. I think it's fine. At 7th level, you're getting Aura of Alacrity. Your speed increases by 10 feet. In addition, whenever an ally enters your Aura of Protection for the first time on a turn or starts there, the ally's speed increases by 10 feet until the end of the next turn. A 7th level ability and we're just giving speed of 10 feet? Like, come on,
How do you
guys.
think about that? Yeah, it's
Come
okay.
on.
You usually all stack together before combat, though not always, right? Some people might be like, I want to be a little further back here.
This is bad.
You and your melees can kind of rush forward with an extra 10 feet of movement, which maybe I'll get you there, right? But then if you're having to micromanage 10 feet of movement to make sure that's as far as you need to go.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty mid ability. On top of, this is already, our protection is already fantastic, adding some speed. Okay.
Let's see what level 15 looks like.
Okay, which is Glorious Defense. You can turn defense into a sudden strike. When you or another creature you can see within 10 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can take your reaction to grant a bonus that targets AC against that attack, potentially causing it to miss. The bonus equals your charisma modifier, minimum +1. If the attack misses, you can then make 1 attack with your weapon against the attacker as part of this reaction. So if the attacker is within your weapon range, you can use this amount of times equal to your charisma modifier, so in a long rest. It's okay. At level 15 to get sort of like a pseudo shield that can come part of a extra attack. But then if you're using your awesome like holy greatsword, right, or Avenger, and then somebody gets hit 50 feet away, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so far these subclasses are not just holding up much for me.
Yeah,
I'm being
and
honest.
you already get for your reaction as a melee, as a martial, you might want to take defensive duelist is one of the feats, which gives you actual shield basically as a melee user. Of course, you have to finesse weapon, but this is okay. Maybe if you're using like a javelin or something, and then it has to be within 10 feet. I don't know. This is so limited.
You got to remember that the base level paladin is still very powerful, even though it's been given some L's. So these subclass abilities are not as strong because the base class is where most of the power is, but still just not doing a whole lot for me. On level 20, you are getting Living Legend. As a bonus action, you gain the benefits below for the next 10 minutes. When you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Okay, Charismatic. You are blessed with an otherworldly presence, and you have advantage on all charisma checks. Pretty solid. Saving throw reroll. If you fail a saving throw, you can take a reaction to reroll it. You must use the new roll. Okay? And Unerring Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you make an attack roll with a weapon and miss, you can cause that attack to hit instead. Again, these are okay.
Level 20
at level
ability.
20, I mean, I feel like most of these in other classes you can get way earlier than this.
Sure. And for example, Charismatic, which is one of the 3 sort of modes you get when you do this, you have to imagine that kind of advantage on charisma checks. You're going to use that probably outside of combat, right? Mostly when you're engaging. So you'd be like, I transform, king! And then kind of like talk afterwards. I don't know. Because then the other 2 are combat related. So I'm not sure. It's a bit of, it doesn't understand its identity, I think, this capstone ability.
I agree.
It is a bonus action, so you can still do your attacks, but level 20, it's okay. And you kind of get like a pseudo legendary resistance in a way. It's okay. That's my final rating. My final rating is...
What do you want to give this?
It's okay.
What do you want to give this overall?
Probably similar to the previous subclass we looked at, Oath of Devotion. I would say nothing really does much here, frankly. No extra damage, no extra accuracy, and it's not all about that. Oh, it does get haste.
Haste.
Okay, if you love haste, and it is a key part of making Paladin probably perform better than it might normally, but you can't Divine Smite on that extra haste attack, so you're still kind of just doing an extra Paladin bonk. I don't know. I'm leaning towards like a D+, because the other one at least had a combat viability with Sacred Weapon Strike.
I suppose.
Here you can jump further.
Okay, I'll give it a C.
Okay.
That's my
All right,
final
so
rating.
between D and C, we are on this Oath of Glory. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
We are going to be continuing to bring you daily content on everything 2024
Yes.
Player's Handbook until we get from the front to the back of the book. Please, if you're enjoying this content, remember to Divine Smite that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, ring that notification bell. We love engaging with y'all, and we're looking forward to seeing you next time.
Woo! Paladins, Divine Smite.